Welcome or welcome back to our beautiful patch of paradise here in Australia, where we farm flowers and are trying to live a beautiful life. I've spent so much time gardening and outdoors this week. It has been so nice. This week felt like magic. Morning. We are working on the fencing this week, so we're going down to Chiltern to pick up a whole heap of poles. All right, break, right, left. I'm here, and the lady's, I think she's got a farrier here, so she can't leave the horse. She's waiting for somebody else, so I'll just have to wait. But the other thing is, it looks like I'm going to have to drive up through muddy roads, and my car's not going to do that. I'll get bogged. I don't know whether it's because she was really busy, but I almost felt like I've inconvenienced her by being here. You know what I mean? But I literally made the time with her, and she knew I was coming, so I don't know what's going on. Hopefully she's not gonna be cranky at me for something, I don't know. And I'm not sure what I'm gonna do about this road. She's actually lovely. She just wants to get rid of them. She's so sick of these poles. She said she's had 1,000 of them to get rid of. We're buying 45. So I'm doing it in 2 loads. I started looking at the trailer, it was getting pretty heavy. I'm like, I just don't want the stress of worrying about trying to fit them all on 1 load. So I'm coming back this afternoon to get the next lot. Maybe we've got enough for a fence. Okay, we're back. Got 1 lot here. There's, I think, 15 more poles left. I think there's 15 more to pick up. I just didn't want to overload the trailer. We have a lot of poles. Done. I finished pulling out all the weeds and I've finished the like edging, but now it's starting to rain, so I think it's game over today. It does look pretty good. I've got a massive cleanup. I've got to pick up all the rocks, all the weeds, and I wanted to plant this out as much as I could. I don't have many plants, but I wanted to at least get those ones in and get some mulch on it, so it sort of looks finished. Hey kitty. And doesn't this look so good? This is the planter boxes that I did for the Renux. I think I did that back in autumn, if I remember, or during summer I made the boxes. Can't even remember. But they're looking so good. They're looking really, really, really good. Hey, Bus Bus. Anyway, I know it's not raining much, I just don't feel like getting wet, so I'm going to go in and work on taxes. It's such a nice day and it's starting to feel a bit warmer, so we're going to get so much done today. I'm really excited, but I do need your help with something because I'm not sure what to do, so let me go show you that. Hey kitty cat. Hello. So this garden that I'm working on is going to have a big trellis all across here, and I'll show you why. This is the ugliest side of our house, and when you come down the driveway, that's what everybody sees first. So what I want to do is put a trellis here that goes along there, grow something across the whole thing, so at least when you come down the driveway, you kind of focus on the garden, and then there'll be a thing here. You kind of will then be hopefully looking forward to the front door. So then we'll put some stuff there to kind of drag people's eyes over there. What I want to do, see these poles here, these really nice poles? I want to buy some more of those, so there'd be one here, one here, one here, with two across the top. And then I put the mesh on it, and then that's the trellis. And then it kind of all blends in. Then we put some more of these in and hopefully get some big rocks. And then that's the garden. And I feel like it looks nice because it's all kind of cohesive. But those poles are quite expensive. I'm sure the poles were about $100 each. Like, very expensive. Oh, and we've just been through winter. And if you're new to the channel, we always have less income through winter. It's just how it is. But this particular winter, we had to shut down the florist business. So we didn't actually have that florist income coming in at all. You're looking at the ugliest, this is the second ugliest side of the house because I haven't painted or anything. So we're very careful with money over winter. So I don't want to just go out and be silly and spend money that we would have to pull it off savings. I don't really want to do that especially when we've got other projects that are actual necessities, and that's just for looks. But what I could do is, this is an old trellis that's coming out. This was the old veggie patch, and I ended up not liking it here. Anything we grow in this grass ends up, look at it, it became unusable. So we're getting rid of all of this. This is coming out, but what I could put that there for now. I feel like looks very junky. Oh, it's just so ugly. Like, the vision is not visioning. But I did wonder, if I put that up, can I later on, when we can afford it, can I retrofit that with the poles? So let me know which one you think I should do. I think, as much as I don't want to, I think I'm going to have to do the free option and just try and set it up so it can be retrofitted later. Like, I wish I could just do the thing I want to do straight up so I don't have to come back and redo this later. I'm going to go quickly find those prices, like how much is this going to cost me? And then we'll do a quick measure up and check if that's even possible. just checked Bunnings and it looks like I can get, so the cypress pine ones are the ones we had on the shed. They're the very expensive ones because the termites don't eat them. But I can get treated pine, which termites also don't eat. It's just not as heavy duty, but it's just a trellis. It's not like a structure. Oh, it's a, you know what I mean? Let's go measure. This might not cost as much as what I thought. And then I could get the whole job done. And then I could stain it to try to, because the treated pine's got a bit of a green tinge to it. But I might be able to stain it. I think it's in my handbag. Yep. We can do it for $162. That we've got one pine post already, one treated pine post. So we need 4 more and 3 bags of the quickset concrete. Or do I just do it makeshift? I really don't want to do it makeshift because it looks so bad. Spoken with Moroni and he thinks just go ahead with the trellis. It's going to cost money because then we don't have to redo it again later. So I will place that order this week. We probably won't get it till next week though. Fairly late, but I've got all the plants in that I wanted to get in. And I mean, the idea is to make the house look really good because we've got the flower field, but we want when people come onto the property to be like, oh, look at their gardens. Whereas they kind of do, like they do say, like when everything's green, the trees got all their leaves and there's flowers, they do say, oh, you've got like a little oasis in here, but I want it to be really wow. So that's what we're working on. This was the side quest, which looks really good. There's a couple of oyster plants in here. There was just one random hyacinth in there. I left it. This is my little black mondo grass. I've left the succulents here. They just sort of sustain themselves. And these violets are just slowly spreading, so I'll let them do that. I would like to plant something in amongst these cracks, but this ends up in almost full shade in the summer, so I'm not sure how that will go. And then I'm hoping, this is like a shade grass. It's not invasive at all. I'm hoping that will just spread out and I'll get it to try to come in across there just to edge things with grass. And then I've got a couple of little cyclamens in here. Hopefully the wallabies won't find those. And I've got some violets, and the violets have a very pretty bright green colour. I do have some succulents in pots here which will be moved in the summer. They're just there for shelter, and I've finished off this little herb garden area. This pot is going out to the flower field, and there's another one in here. I think they'll look good out there. And then I've got my pots down under the tree under here to protect it from frost. You probably can't see it, it's under this big tree. My apricot, which is still alive. First time I've been able to keep one alive. Just get such cold winters here, they don't survive. So one of the nurseries suggested, why don't you pop it in a pot? And if you're that committed to having an apricot tree, you're gonna have to move it out of the frost every winter. And I'm committed. Driveway garden. I'm looking forward to this. I will hopefully get onto the trellis next week. I'll try and get the order delivered ready for next week. Go in and sort that out tomorrow or Friday morning. But what I've put in some of the paniculata hydrangeas. So there's 3 in a row there. I'm just tossing up. I put a lavender here, but I'm tossing up if I put another one there, or do we just leave it as like a little section of 3? I'm not sure. I do have a lot of bulbs, so there's bulbs that come up in here. I want to leave bits of room because I've got things that are coming up, so I can't do much else here without potentially ruining things that are underneath the ground. But I do want to put in some hollyhocks. That garden just needs to sit. I am also going to add in, I've taken the cuttings, it's just going to be a bit of time. This was a really beautiful Chrissy, like a bedding Chrissy. And I want to put a little line of them in through there. Up here, I do have one peony, a little sad one I got from Bunnings. That's looking okay. And then I've got my little tiny row of another type of Chrissy here as well, and a couple of creeping Susans and things. So whatever survives, survives. And then we'll get the screen in, and we'll see what this does over summer. Such a gorgeous day today. It's the end of winter. I forgot my shoes. And this is day 3 of just working hard on the house garden, and it's feeling so good. I'm going in to order the materials for the trellis tomorrow. Moroni's coming home from work early today, and we're going to go to the wholesale nursery and hopefully grab all the hedging plants. So I want to mark out where the holes all have to go for those and for my camellias. So that's this morning's project. You know, I was just marking out these, like the placement of all these trees that I'm putting in. And this thought came over me like little dreams. And I realized the other day that I've had this dream for a long time of this garden out in, like, it's the bog paddock. Years ago, I wanted to have a huge veggie patch out there, and I kind of started it. I had the tap run out so that I could get water out there, and I'd started building beds. Like, I'd started moving really good soil out there, and I did one season, but it didn't work out because the animals were there. And then the rest of that dream was let's put a huge fence around it, like a tennis court fence. Oh, and my husband at the time, he wasn't, I never felt like he was very agreeable to the things that I wanted to do. It was difficult to do those things. Ironically, we had the money to do it, but it didn't happen. And I've just realised the other day, I have that. I have this amazing flower farm, and we're about to get the big fence around it, and I've bought the big poles. It's going to be a tall fence, a little bit like the tennis court. It's in the perfect position. Everything worked out. And then when I was just marking out this camellia hedge, I remembered that's when that voice, the thought, whatever it was, came to mind that said, little dreams. I had this dream years ago that I could create like this outdoor room, a small hidden little space back there to have, like little tea parties and things. And I mean, the dream was back then to do it with the girls when they were little. It'd be this cute little place to hide. I mean, they're grown up now. James, by the time these hedges grow, he'll be grown up. But that is going to be a magical place for any of us. Like, you don't have to be a little child to enjoy magical things. So I just feel this week has been a pivotal week. I feel like I'm coming out of the worst of the burnout. I can feel things are changing, and I'm realizing we are achieving amazing things and amazing dreams. And even for Moroni, he never imagined having land like this. Like, he loves it. Like, I joked once because it was just so much work. I'm like, maybe we should just leave and move into town. And he was like, well, you can, but I'm not. So we just feel so absolutely blessed to be here. This is magical.